Hey everyone, we're going to be going over the sit to stand or the chair squat. First of all, the squat is just a great representation of movements that you have to do throughout the day. Getting up from the kitchen table, going to the bathroom, sitting to stand, and getting up from the couch. It's a very functional movement, so it's a very important one to master, which is why it's kind of first in the list. It's high priority. So the first thing I want to focus on is the starting position. At first, I want you to notice the body weight in your hips. So you really want to feel most of the body weight in your hips or in your butt, and then you're going to slowly start transitioning your body weight forward by leaning the chest forward. As you do that, you should feel the weight shift out of your hips and start to get it more into the feet. And I want you to lean forward far enough that you feel like you're fully balanced on the feet to the point where once you're balanced, you can just push and use the strength of your legs to drive all the way up to that top standing position. And to go back down, we're going to do just the opposite. So the chest goes forward, the butt goes back. That creates a counterbalance, so you're really controlled as you lower your center of mass back down to the seat. And as you go from standing to seated, try to make it a really smooth transition. That point where you're almost just floating right above the seat, that's going to demonstrate lots of control and lots of strength through the bottom part of that squat movement. So all of these that have been shown thus far have been sort of freestanding or not using the arms. If you can't, or if it feels like you can't control yourself getting up without using your arms, it's totally fine to use your arms for assistance as shown here. So that's the same process, getting the weight from the hips, shifting forward, feeling the weight get into the feet, but then right before you're gonna push up, the hands are on the thighs and you actually use your upper body strength to help push your torso as you stand up. Same thing to go back down. Chest forward, butt back. As you're lowering down, the hands will make contact with the thighs. That'll help you control that bottom portion of the squat as you slowly transition back to the seat. One other thing I want to point out is the position of the lower body throughout this movement. So my feet are pointed forward, and then you want a nice straight line from the ankle through the knee up to the hip. So everything is lined up, the joints are all stacked on top of each other, and that's going to create a very strong, stable position. I wanted to show a few examples of things where things that happen quite often when people don't necessarily have the lower body control or the strength just yet, but this is just something to keep an eye out of. So it's when you're shifting forward and right about when you're gonna push, the knees sort of cave in towards each other and then you push all the way up. And then when you're lowering back down towards the end, the knees cave in. That's your body seeking stability, but eventually the strength will be there and just be aware of this. So as much as you can, try to leave those knees directly above the ankles so you're stacked in a nice strong position.